My name's Amata, and in this Red Gaming Tech video I'm here with the latest collection of gaming news in the last 24 or so hours, as we have quite a lot of interesting stuff that has popped up in the last day or so. So what do I have for you today? Well, the first item is yet another update in the battle for Ubisoft against Vivendi. Second item is regarding Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, and we have yet another update regarding Star Wars Battlefront 2 now that the microtransactions have been put back into the game. So, let's start off with Ubisoft, shall we? This saga of Vivendi totes not trying to do a hostile takeover, guys, honest, of Ubisoft, has been going on for quite some time. And obviously Vivendi have been staunchly denying the fact that they were even trying to do a hostile takeover of the company, all while taking over more and more shares and just getting more and more power within the company, all while Yves Guillemot was like, no, please, we do not want to sell to you, we are not up for sale. Now this has gone on for a long time. I did my very first video on the whole Vivendi versus Ubisoft struggle back in February 26th of 2016, approximately a human lifetime ago. So it kind of gives you a little bit of a picture how long this has been going on. But finally Ubisoft has emerged victorious in this long-running battle. Now, Vivendi did this until they owned about 27% of Ubisoft's capital, and this was kind of edging up to the point where they would have to formally launch a takeover bid. But obviously the owners of the company were very clear they did not want this to happen and were fighting it every step of the way. And now Vivendi is selling its entire stake, meaning that Ubisoft have won and Vivendi has ceased their efforts. Interestingly enough, you might be aware of the Chinese company Tencent, which does own bits and pieces of a few different things across the West, and they're going to be buying a much smaller stake in Ubisoft and are going to be helping them with various things like that all-important reach within China. Now Vivendi are not exactly crying in the corner licking its wounds while it counts its pennies. They have netted 2 billion euros for the shares they managed to amass. So while they didn't do the hostile takeover they clearly had their heart set on, they've not exactly come out bad in this, to be honest with you. Now we have a statement here from the leader of Ubisoft, Yves Guillemot, who said, quotes, "The evolution in our shareholding is great news for Ubisoft. It was made possible thanks to the outstanding execution of our strategy and the decisive support of Ubisoft's talents, players and shareholders. I'd like to warmly thank them all. The investment from long-term shareholders in Ubisoft demonstrates their trust in our future value creation potential, and Ubisoft's share buyback will be appreciative to all shareholders. Finally, the new strategic partnership agreement we signed will enable Ubisoft to accelerate its development in China in the coming years and fully leverage a market with great potential. Today, Ubisoft is fully reaping the benefits of our long-term strategy and the successful transformation towards a more recurring and profitable business. Ubisoft is perfectly positioned to capture the numerous video game growth drivers in the coming years. We are focused more than ever on delivering our strategic plan." Now, think what you like of Ubisoft. I think overall this is a good thing because obviously Blizzard spent an absolute ton of money buying themselves away from Vivendi. And while Ubisoft are obviously extremely corporate, they are definitely getting better than they once were, but they're still extremely corporate, as is most multi-billion-dollar companies, I suppose. But them under Vivendi is not really a future that I want to see, to be honest with you. So I'm glad that this has finally come to an end, because this, again, has been going on for 2 years, basically. So Ubisoft have stayed strong and have won the battle. Hopefully we can move on from this, and it will be interesting to see what Vivendi actually do next, what company they set their sights on after this. So, again, regardless of your personal opinions on Ubisoft, I think this overall is a good thing for the games industry, but of course, we'll never know what could have been, but overall I think, yeah, this is a positive thing. Anyway, let's move swiftly on to our second item of today. Now, if you're at all interested in Call of Duty as a series, or if you read any gaming website ever, you have probably not managed to escape the news that there's rumours swirling around surrounding Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Now, there was a report that surfaced on a website by the name of charlieintel.com, and I will include a link to them in the description below this video. And according to their sources, and some others that I'll get to in just a moment, from a Raven Software employee, they have confirmed that not only is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered a real thing, it does not have a multiplayer mode, and it is a campaign-only remaster. Now, interestingly enough, they also stated that Raven Software is not actually developing the remaster of this game at all, and there are also further rumours that it's going to be done by Beanox, who actually assisted Raven in developing the campaign for Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered. Now, this report does actually line up with the Amazon Italy listing that we saw previously, which did state that it would cost around $25, which is obviously almost half of what Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered cost in 2017, which would obviously make sense if it only features the single player. Now, what's also interesting is that Eurogamer also decided to check up with their own sources, and they basically said that their sources have also confirmed that yes, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is real and also does not have multiplayer included. And obviously, if they're only remastering the single player, that is obviously literally half the work, and I'm not really surprised to see them go that route. I think this could be pretty cool. It's not as big a game for a lot of people as Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered, but hopefully the remaster doesn't end up as much of a trash fire like Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered did. If it doesn't have the multiplayer, that's probably going to be the case, but it being cheaper with no multiplayer is definitely something I can get behind, but I think most people are going to be a little disappointed because, well, most people play Call of Duty for the multiplayer, but also this is a classic game, so you might want to go back and relive the feels and all that stuff. Obviously, Activision have yet to comment one way or the other, so do take this as the rumour what it is, so it could be wrong, could be inaccurate, or it could be 100% correct. We just don't know. I would expect to see it reveal soon. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see just how true this is. Now, our final item is Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now, of course, I did cover just the other day how the update restoring the microtransactions has finally appeared in the game, and it's actually pretty much fixed most of the issues, and as I said in my original video on this, I kind of wish it had released in this state to begin with, because this is actually really good. However, one thing that wasn't actually covered, because I wasn't actually aware at the time, is that not only does it overhaul the progression and loot crates and that I already discussed, go watch my previous video if you missed all that, all the game's heroes have been unlocked. Now obviously, you may recall that the upset over heroes is kind of where this whole thing started, as the amount of work it would require to unlock a legendary character like, say, Darth Vader was revealed, and it was shockingly high to the point where it became blatantly obvious how much this game had been weighted in the favour of people paying cash instead of actual, well, players. So basically, anyone who wants to continue playing the game or go back to the game after the update, which is a fairly light 4 GB, will be happily greeted by a full collection of heroes as well as their special vehicles as well. So as I say, this is a really nice move, and I think this does show that they understand where they went wrong. I just hope this means they don't repeat their mistake, because the industry has shown itself to have a shockingly short memory span when it comes to this sort of thing. But hopefully the wrath of the mouse, which EA, I think, has definitely felt, as much as they might deny it, will make them think twice about doing this in the future, even with non-Star Wars things, because I think they definitely learned there's a line that they crossed, and not only did they cross it, I think they did a whole lap, crossed it again, and then crossed it a third time and puked on the line as they went past it the third time. So hopefully this is a lesson that, people can only be pushed so far when it comes to microtransactions and loot boxes and being rinsed for every last dime. I'm just glad to see the game in a much, much better state. I just think, to be honest, for a lot of people, it's way, way too late, and the game should have released like this to begin with, but better late than never, I suppose. Anyway, that's me done for this video. Do let me know your thoughts and opinions on everything discussed here. As always, your support is highly appreciated, and I'll see you next time.